Alright guys, it's that time. It's last Epoch. We got a new update, some new content, a bunch of fun stuff, so let's get into it and go over everything and hope y'all enjoy. Alright, welcome. This is Devin from Deadly Yard Gamings. Hope you all are having a great one. For those coming for the first time, welcome. For those coming back, welcome back. Today we got a bunch of information to go over. We're gonna go over my thoughts and impressions of the new update for last Epoch. Uh, Bunch of new stuff coming out or came out with it. Bunch of updates, bunch of changes, fixes, class, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna go over a lot of that stuff and kind of show you a little bit of it as well. Um, and I hope y'all enjoy. If you do like the content, please smash that like button. If you want to keep up to date with my game reviews, my guides, my live streams, smash that subscribe button down below. Also, a link to my Discord is going to be at the bottom. Feel free to join us and chit chat with us about all types of games and stuff like that. I'm always on there, so feel free to join me there. I even have a channel to where you can chat with me while I'm live streaming there. Um, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So essentially, the new update with Lost Epoch brought in a bunch of fixes. The new class, the Rogue, to where two of the three roles is out, so you can play as a sharpshooter, and then the Blade Dancer, so you can do either uh, essentially archer or melee. Um, so so far, I've been playing. I played both. I've played a little bit of the sharpshooter just because I'm more trying to get my first build. I want to do the melee class. Then I'll do the archer after that. Because my buddy Aaron at Action RPG Gaming, he's doing bow first. So I figured I'd do the opposite there. And I do have a link to his channel down below. It's a great channel, great guy. So feel free to go hop over there and check out his stuff and his builds and stuff like that. He's got a few builds over there just like I do. So, um, but essentially, with the new update, let's see here. So, brings in the rogue class. You get two masteries, like I said, skills with specializations, um, bunch of affixes and stuff like that. Uh, kind of the brought in the bow, also brought in dual wielding. Um, so now you have the bow, quiver, and then you have the ability to dual wield, which they needed for the rogue class for the melee portion. So you got all the skills associated with just the base rogue class, and then you got the skills for the blade dancer, and skills for the marksman. Now, a side note to these skills is that, like the rogue class stuff, they work for both ways. So it's not just a couple of them are going to be for melee, a couple of them are going to be for a bow. You can actually use them either or. They change to the specific weapon that you're using. So you will be able to use the skills no matter which weapon you go if you're planning to go to marksman. Um, um, or if you're planning on going blade dancer. Um, so they overhauled a few areas, changing their layouts, the color, the visuals, quests, and all that stuff. So it is something. The three of the areas have been completely overhauled. So with playing a new character going through the game is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. I did notice it seems to be that takes a little bit longer to get to your class quest. Before I was getting to it around 20, maybe 21. Now I'm getting to it around 24ish, 25, somewhere around there, which is personally perfectly fine. Um, so not a huge big deal there, but I did enjoy the areas, the changes and the graphics and all that stuff. Really good job there. Um, they did update the chat system, which they just updated, put the update out today for the chat to enable the chat and the ladder and all that stuff to, because a few of the changes that they were making were going to be released shortly after, which is what came out today. Um, skill balancing, so a few of the chain skills have been kind of changed. It looks like Dorn Totem got quite a bit of a change there. Uh, some of the passives, the arena got an update. Let's see here. Yeah, and then you got your items. So you got your daggers, your bows, your quivers. So dual wielding, you can have either a dagger or a sword in your offhand, or quiver if you're wearing a bow. Um, so they added in some new weapons, new gear to go along with the road class itself. Um, got some changes to some other stuff as well. Element changes, affix changes, you new uniques. So we got 8 new uniques, a new 3-piece set. Iron now grants 75% to 100 chance to gain a stack of Ren. Chance above 100 has no effect, so that's one thing I was kind of looking at with the melee rogue of dual stacking and using Cinder Strike, um, seeing if it would stack the stacks faster, but it doesn't seem to really stack much faster. Um, let's see. So you got your item drops. Rare enemies now always drop at least one rare item, which is pretty cool. Um, and then magic energy enemy scaling. Chapter 3 enemies. Some of them have been, their health has been changed. Some of the visual stuff, like the screen shaking, all that, some of that intensity has been increased. Um, interface changes, um, sound effects optimization, all that fun stuff. Mechanics, skills. I mean, they did quite a bit of updates to the game, which is always more than welcome. The game is still beautiful. The visuals are great. Gameplay is fun. I like it from square one to in game because, like, even when you're low level, you have several skills. They unlock I think they unlock in a reasonably well amount of time, so you're not having that period where you're having a low amount of skills to making it kind of drool past and be kind of slow. So the progression I think is very well planned and well thought through. Um, and then getting into in game of getting everything going there, I think they've done a really good job on that. So far, I'm really enjoying the rogue class, um, both the melee, the blade dancer, and the marksman. They both are. I'm having a lot of fun on. And the way they've got it structured and how it plays, I think they did a really good job on it. There's still a little bit of balancing that probably will be done here shortly on them. Um, but other than that, I still think they were really well planned and designed. I think they did a great job. Um, so they should be having like the multiplayer trading and cycles currently in development. Um, So some changes to the skill trees and stuff like that are coming. Um, so there's still a lot more in development. Um, but as it is right now, it's still a great game is a lot of fun. having a blast playing it, making different builds and stuff like that. So um, currently, this is my rogue. I'll go to area. Now, be mindful, this guy is still somewhat low. I don't have the gear kind of set up yet. Where was I at? Oh, up here. So I die a bit, but I'm getting all that squared away. That's what I've been working on today is getting my gear kind of set up to where I'd be able to kill a lot easier. But so far it works really well. I know a lot of people are going with what is it called? Not Center Strike, but Flurry, just because of the high attack and crit chance. But you have high crit with everything. I just like I'm gonna build around Dancing Strike, just because I like the way it kind of bounces around. Like you can kind of flip from one mob to another and do stuff like that, where you just do an AOE and it just annihilates everything. So I'm having a lot of fun playing it, getting it through, and now getting it closer being decked out. Once I get it built, it's going to be really strong high crits. Because you saw with mine right now, and I don't even have my gear set up, and I'm already doing 1600 crits, if not higher. So it's working really well. The trees are, I think, really well spread out, to where you can't really overpower it too much. Um, so you can go into poisons, you can go into bleeds. I think bleeds would be really strong. I'm gonna get this guy decked out, and then I'm gonna work on either a poison or a bleed build. Um, but other than that, like I said, so far I'm having a lot of fun, kind of slicing and dicing things. The different buffs that you can stack with this character is kind of cool, just seeing how much stuff I can get stacked up there as far as defense, offense, stuff like that. We don't have the Falconer class just yet. Now, from the description of Falconer when you're choosing your class, they talk about melee and bow. So I have a feeling that they are designing it to where you can have a bow and then swap to a melee weapon. Um, Not sure. It does have a falcon that runs with them. I'm kind of curious to see if you could change the falcon, like make it an eagle, make it an owl, make it a bear, boar. I mean, I just wonder if you can. You'll have the ability to kind of change up the pet that goes with it. But apparently, like skills and stuff like that is kind of geared towards traps. And then, like I said, it has a description of melee and bow. So I have a feeling they're working on a system to. I almost want to think that they're going to have a way to where you'll be able to swap weapons. So you'll be able to have a bow and quiver and be able to press a button or whatever to swap items or swap your weapons and then swap to a dual melee or melee shield, whatever. Um, that's what I'm thinking because they put those both in there together. I mean, it could just be that they can use either or, because as far as rogue skills, you could use them as a bow or as melee. So it's going to be kind of interesting. I mean, I would guess that you won't get the Falcon unless you pick the class. So I'm kind of curious of what the bonuses will be for choosing the class, uh, or to say maybe make a assassin like a blade dancer, but spec this just to get the Falcon. um, or if it's something that whenever you pick it, you get a pet class over your tour. Maybe you put 5 or 10 points in there to get the Falcon and still just be a blade dancer and just have it go with one of the other roles. We'll have to see. Um, but so far with the update, I haven't had any issues, glitches, crashes, anything like that. It's been really smooth. Um, really enjoying the playthrough so far. Um, but other than that, the game, I think they did a really good job of getting this update. It was a pretty big update with all the changes and stuff like that. And like I said, so far I'm enjoying. I like the new graphics that they did on the new idols. I think they pretty interesting new concept there. So definitely a good job there. I think they did really well. And now I think now that they did such a good job on those, they might want to go ahead and kind of update some of these to make them more cleaner. Because these look more enhanced, like as far as sharpened quality compared to these look a little bit duller. So I think they need to just go ahead and do like a pass on these to make them more sharpened, a little bit more cleaner to kind of mimic the color of the new ones. Um, but so far, uh, like I said, the game, I think they've done a great job. Um, Excellent game. Haven't had any issues. I think this game is going to go far. The communications between them and the player base is always top notch. They generally are always talking, communicating, giving us sneak peeks when we're getting close to one of the big patches. They're always putting out little snippets of pics, captions, videos, uh, even as far as them asking of what we think of stuff to think if it's a good idea for the game before they just put it in there and hope we like it type thing. So which is you don't see that very often in games nowadays, where they're asking the player base, "Hey, y'all, would y'all like this? Do you like this idea? Do you think it should be implemented?" And that way they can get a census of what everybody thinks, not just what they think. Because just like everybody knows, just because you like something don't mean everybody else is gonna like it. So, um, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Um, if you don't mind, please leave a comment down below of what y'all think of the update. If y'all are liking it, hating it, y'all are having issues. If y'all have any issues with it or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I can try to help you out as best I can as far as troubleshooting what's causing it. Like I said, most people that I've talked to that play it, no one's really having any issues, like really bad issues. Um, so I meant, oops. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope y'all enjoyed the content. Um, if you do, please smash that like button. If you want to keep up to date with my guides, my reviews, my live streams, all that jazz, smash that subscribe button. Also, the Discord link is down below. Feel free to join us, chat with us. More than happy to play with y'all on other games. As soon as they roll out the multiplayer, I'll be more than happy to play with my community to help y'all farm stuff, get builds set up, stuff like that. I'll be more than happy to help y'all out. Other than that, my name is Devin from Deadly Art Gaming. I hope you all have a great one.